Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are doing good. This is Aman, the co founder and COO of Spartificial. On behalf of the whole team, I would like to welcome you all to our very first Lunathon. So, as most of you are already aware, today is International Moon Day, and we have personalities coming from the industry sharing their experience and their valuable insights on both Chandrayaan 1 and Chandrayaan 2 missions. So we'll get to the workshop in just a few moments. Before that, I'd want to tell you a bit about Spartificial and what we do in the space. So Spartificial is on a mission to help students and professionals across the globe learn space science and technologies. We come together and work on research-based projects and industry-based projects as well. So we have a few projects which are listed on our website. You can check it out at www.spartificial.com. So without spending any more time, I'd like to tell you about the structure of the Lunathon. We'll have a few workshops, sessions, and that will be followed by a hackathon. So the session would begin with Dr. Henal Bhatt, who's the current working member at ISRO headquarters. Ma'am would be talking about the moon, and she'd also tell us about her experience in Chandrayaan 1 and Chandrayaan 2 missions. And then we'll have our keynote speaker, Dr. Prakash Chauhan. He's the current director at the National Remote Sensing Center. Sir has done a lot of work in the Chandrayaan missions. His work conclusively established the presence of water molecules at different locations of the moon, and I'm really excited for it, and I hope you guys are also really excited for it. So we'll get to know more about the details and India's journey to the moon. We'll also get to know about what the future holds for India. So we'll get to that in a few moments. After that, we'll have our final speaker, who is Miss Jayati Vijaywargiya. She's a current researcher at Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology. Ma'am would be walking us through a live interactive coding session, and then she'll finally disclose the problem statement for the hackathon. So I hope you guys are really excited for the hackathon, and the hackathon would begin at 8 p.m. And now I'd like to request Dr. Henal Bhatt to come and start with her session. Thank you.
Hello everyone, happy International Moon Day to all the participants and the Spartificial team. Today I'm going to present some of my experiences. Like I have worked on moon in my PhD from Gujarat University and in collaboration with Indian Space Research Organization. I have also completed one ISRO sponsored project from ISRO headquarters Bangalore, that is announcement of opportunity Chandrayaan 1 mission project. So why we celebrate International Moon Day? So on this day, 20th July 1969, first human was landed on the moon surface through NASA's Apollo 11 mission. And these are the three peoples. First, left one is Neil Armstrong, middle one is Buzz Aldrin, and right one is Michelle Collins. So this is the first step photographed of Neil Armstrong, sir. And the first sentence, what sir said by landing on the moon is, one small step for a man, one giant leap for a mankind. So let us have that movement of landing of Apollo 11 lander mission and landing of the moon on its surface.
Good, going over the hill. Okay, engine stop. Copy, get down, Eagle. Listen, tranquility base here. The Eagle has landed. Rocket 20. I'm going to step off the limb now. One small step for man. One giant leap for man.
So he was Neil Armstrong who just stepped onto the moon in this video clip. So what is the difference between Earth and moon? Our nearest most terrestrial object of the Earth. So Earth is this much bigger, 12,000 756 kilometer diameter. Moon is 3,476 kilometer diameter. Earth tilt is 23 degree. Moon tilt is just 7 degree. Surface temperature on Earth varies from minus 73 to 48 centigrade, and on Moon it varies from minus 107 to minus 153 centigrade. Earth have very thick atmosphere, mild greenhouse effect. Moon have no atmosphere. Earth has water on its surface, like Moon have no liquid water, but ice at poles in permanently shadowed region is present there. Moon have also small moonquakes, and Moon have no magnetic field like Earth does. So this is the origin and evolution of the Moon. There are four hypotheses has been proposed for the lunar origin and evolution, like fission hypothesis, where it has been suggested that Moon was ejected from the Pacific Ocean. Second one is co-accretion and double planetary hypothesis, that suggests Earth and Moon were both formed together from the disk of matter orbiting the Sun. Third one is capture hypothesis, that suggests Moon formed elsewhere in the solar system and what was captured by the Sun. And fourth one is giant impact hypothesis, that suggests that Moon formed from debris blasted out by Earth by the impact of Mars-sized body before 4.5 billion years ago. So giant impact hypothesis is a widely accepted hypothesis. So let's understand it. So this is the young Earth, and at early geological time scale, some Mars-sized body got collided with Earth. So from that part, debris came out and ejected into the orbit of the Earth. So due to Earth gravitational pull, it started rotating around the Moon and uh, got collided with each other and accreted, like this here you can see large impact. Um, Moon's interior is molten, and then in next part you can see that it is formed like that. So after that there was a period like large heavy bombardment was occurred on its surface. So these red dots are showing the basin formation. See, like with our naked eyes, we can see the black patches on the Moon. So it was formed like this, like so many asteroid or meteorite-sized body impacted on its surface in the early stage of its formation, and that formed the large basins from 300 to 2,500 kilometer diameter, and then the magma or lava came out on the surface, and it is showing black patches or black plains that are basaltic in composition. So this is the lunar interior. Like Moon shows three geological layers, like crust, outermost thick layer, mantle, and then core. This is the near side of Moon. Like this part we see all the time with our naked eye. So these are the impact basins, right, that I just explained, and these are flat plains, and the all the surrounding area are highland region. So it is heavily cratered region. This is the far side of Moon. These are the lander missions occurred on the Moon up to the time, and these are the Apollo images. You can see that. So these are the Apollo mission landing locations, and you can see the rock samples collected back from Apollo 16 and Apollo 15 mission, and these are its microscopic structure of these rocks. This is lunar basalt from Apollo 15. These are the lunar missions, all and all lunar missions launched up to the time since 1960. These are the recent lunar missions from 2017 to 2018. Like Chang'e E2, Chang'e E1 from China, Chandrayaan 1, Chandrayaan 2 from India, LRO, LROC from NASA, Lady from also USA, Grail from USA, and Selene from JAXA, Japan. This is a geological time scale of moon that suggests moon was originated around 2.5 billion year ago, right? So it is called pre-Nectarian age. During that period, there was so much crater formation was occurred on its surface. Like you can see here, crater, very dense crater layer here. As time goes by, came Imbrium period where formation of mare basalt has been occurred, and the cratering process was ceased with time, like Eratosthenian period, and recent is called Copernican period. So now crater formation process is very ceased now, like it is very negligible. So this is how like it has evolved with geological like time. These are the number of craters present on the moon surface. This is crater formation mechanism that suggests like if any impactor got impacted on its surface, then the vapor and melt is occurred over here. Then the central, this is the actually complex crater formation. Like if bombardment is very heavy impact, impactor is very collide with very heavy force, then it will make such a central peak crater. And here you can see like how with time the crater formation process has been ceased. These are the type of the craters present on the moon, like simple crater, complex crater, and basins. So simple crater diameter is around 50 to 20 kilometer, and it is usually ball shaped. Complex crater have diameter also like 50 to 20 kilometer, but it shows some rim and some such granulated rims and some broad inward slumping uplifted central peak, right? And the basins are ranging from 150 to 2500 kilometers. So it have also three types like central peak basin, peak ring basin, and multi-ring basin. These are the 5 areas on which I have worked in my PhD thesis. So my major work contributes to this Mare Tranquillitatis region. I have derived mineralogy, morphology, topographic, structural mapping, tectonics of this region. I have also derived a detailed mineralogical elemental abundances of this area, and I finally, at last, after this all analysis, I tried to derive its geological evolution with time. The second one is this Silovsky crater, which is on the far side of moon. Third one is Tycho crater, then Dionysius crater, and Gardner crater. This is the Chandrayaan 1 mission spacecraft, launched on October 22, 2018. This is a hyperspectral imager on board Chandrayaan 1, which was aimed to study mineralogy of lunar surface with spectral coverage up to lower spectral coverage up to 400 nanometer, and upper coverage up to 900 around 900 nanometer. These are the data sets from different missions I have used in my PhD. This moon mineralogy mapper from Chandrayaan 1 ISRO, and hyperspectral imager from Chandrayaan 1 mission from ISRO, multiband imager from Selene Kaguya Jaksha, lunar reconnaissance orbiter LRO Wake and NAC from NASA, and Lula data from NASA, terrain mapping camera from Chandrayaan 1 ISRO. So this is the Mare Tranquillitatis region presented on eastern near side of the moon. This is around 800 kilometer long area, and elevation is varies in left part and right part. Like -4 negative relief is present in left part, and 2 kilometer elevated in the right part. This is a basalt mineralogical or compositional map uh, of this area that I have derived using some algorithm. And the yellowish part shows basaltic regions, and I have delineated this region according to its mineral variation found in this area in the basaltic rock, and according to its geological time period. The bluish part you can see is highland region. It shows mostly anorthositic type of rock of highland area. This is again a topographic map. Like color coding shows elevation difference in this area. So lowest elevation is around 8,700 kilometer, and highest elevation is around 5,600 meter elevation. So bluish part that I have circled or marked with magnetic color, it shows a largest shield volcano of the moon. This area contains the largest shield volcano on the moon, and the left part is the deepest part of this region. Like basin is how like basin is formed with largest impact of any impactor. So हाउ इट उसका शेप एक्चुअली बाउल शेप्ड होता है. लाइक आप कोई पॉन्ड देखते हो बड़ा वाला, तो इट शुड नॉट बी हैव सच relief difference in a single region, but this region shows such relief difference because it has a volcano present within it. This work has been published in Journal of Earth System Science. You can check this paper named Compositional Mapping and the Evolutionary History of Mare Tranquillitatis. And I also presented this work in Lunar and Planetary Science Conference at US. These marked locations show such features. So you can see in the right part, very bright region and irregular shape. It is called irregular mare patches. So these are the very young volcanic feature on the moon. So Mare Tranquillitatis contains more than 50% of these kind of features. So it suggests that this area has been remained volcanically active compared to all the other region of the moon. This is one of my finding, and it has been presented on Lunar and Planetary Science Conference. This is again topography and morphological map of the Mare Tranquillitatis. See, these are the wrinkle ridges, a concentric pattern in the left part, and in the right part where volcano is present, you can see so many domes. So these domes were formed after the major volcanic eruption in this area, and I have found 61 new domes in this area, which was others were previously identified by other researchers, but my study has found 61 new domes, and it shows like this area has been geologically, tectonically active compared to all the other area of the moon. These are the fault plains, reddish part is, and I think you can see the topographic difference with this model. This is the Grail data that shows a gravity anomaly in the area. Like Cauchy shield is present in the central part, yellowish part, right? So it should be like bowl shaped. See, you see all the basins have circular shape, but Mare Tranquillitatis doesn't show such circular topography, negative relief. So it is common to found any kind of shield volcano on the moon, but why it is present on sorry Earth? Because Earth have plates, different kind of plates, which shows different movement from each other, and it shows like there are two plates are colliding or moving towards each other on Earth, then one plate of the Earth goes into interior of the other plate, so it gets it creates a pressure on the upper part of the plate, so it forms the uh, uh, some pressure or cracks from beneath the surface, and it gradually it leads to formation of volcano or a volcanic eruption, one by one eruption on the surface, and like that way volcano forms on the moon, like moon does on the Earth, but moon doesn't have any kind of such plate tectonics activity. It is a one plate planetary body. So how the pressure zone would have been created on the surface? Because of this geometry I have marked, triangular geometry of the other basin, like all the Mare Imbrium, Mare Serenitatis, Crisium and Smythe and Nectaris, these all basin are very larger in size, and it created a pressure relief zone in this central part where Koche Shield is located. So beneath the surface, the pressure would have accumulated and melted the solidified rock, and from there material have came out in liquid form or volcanic eruption one by one. So it created that volcanic shield part. This is my finding. And the other area is Tycho crater. It is a Copernican age crater, 85-kilometer diameter, and it is a complex type of crater. This is we have derived composition of the central peak by generating this 3D fusion image from two data sets, and this is the Prakash Chauhan sir's work majorly, and it suggests like this yellowish part are impact melts, and bluish part are mostly mafic or pyroxene bearing material. This work was presented in LPSC 2018. The other area is Dionysius crater. It is a simple Copernican age crater, 8.4 kilometer in diameter. So this crater located on a very unique location, like it is on the rim of Mare Tranquillitatis. So it excavates material from Mare as well as highland. So this is the mineralogical map. Now yellowish part exposes basaltic material of Mare Tranquillitatis, and the bluish part shows anorthositic material present within the surface. You can see like left above like 9A, 2A, and near to 4A, all the things are blue. Why? Because here you can see that this marked area shows collapse of debris inside the crater. So it is majorly highland material. So it is showing blue parts here, right? And these are the some reflectance spectra shows the presence of Fe spinel in this area. This is a topographic map, and I tried to derive a topographic model of it that shows like how the topography varies from central to rim part of this area. These are some morphological features present within the Dionysius crater. These are the cooling cracks. Albedo difference shows mineralogical difference. Then these are impact melt fronts. These are the debris flow. In the B part, you can see debris flow. that was showing the blue in previous image, and these are the central mounts present at the crater floor, Hamuki floor. This work was presented in EPSC-DPS joint meeting 2019. The another work we did was comparative spectral analysis approach from two data sets of Chandrayaan 1 mission, two hyperspectral data like moon mineralogy mapper and high C data, hyperspectral imager data. This is EPSC-DPS joint meeting that I attended, and here I presented my work on Dionysius crater. These are this volcanic my Mare Tranquillitatis work that was featured in international magazine like Business Aura, and my work was also published by some Gujarati newspaper, Dainik Bhaskar. So thank you.
Thank you, Henal ma'am, for your brief presentation about your research, what you have done in terms of like exploring the lunar surface. And on behalf of students also, I would like to thank you for your informative session.